like a good beer or something.
I think we can get a beer.
Yeah.
Good. Is this on? Recording? All right, ready?
I just gotta get this out.
You're good?
Yeah.
So we're back, another episode of the Dan and Ninko Show, a live episode at the casino, Bally's Casino. We're having a great time, Lincoln, Rhode Island. Thanks for having us. And thank you so much. Thank you. A little bit different. Usually we're up in a garage above Dan's house, and this is a little
or on
bit
a rug that your dog peed on.
Yeah, right. This is fancy. Everyone's having a good time. Beautiful Sunday. My birthday's tomorrow, so I'm
Oh, they got to sing happy birthday to you.
you got to sing happy birthday.
Maybe at the end.
It's coming up. So it's kind of crazy because when the Patriots last faced Seattle in a Super Bowl, it was on February 1st. It was on my birthday when we won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
So it was pretty cool. We got a lot to go over in this show today. A lot of different topics. The Patriots were back. We are back in a Super Bowl. It's amazing. Vrabel, his ability to get this team where they're at right now. Bill Belichick not making it into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Ooh. So a lot of things to talk about. Cam Newton, he's kind of a clown right now, calling Drake May Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman. He's a game manager.
That is ridiculous. So we're going to clown on him a little bit. He wears the top hat.
Yeah, some issues in the NFL.
We got some things going on in the NFL. What are we talking about? AFC, NFC games. Yeah. They want to bring to a neutral site. I think that's complete BS, honestly.
Yep. Sam Darnold seeing some ghosts.
Sam Darnold, I can guarantee this, will not see ghosts in this game, and you can't think that. You can't think that, Daniel. I'm telling you.
Stop.
So we got a big show coming, but first and foremost, the Patriots on the road getting the job done in the AFC Championship game against a wounded Denver Broncos team.
Yeah, but I think it's shown that maybe the Patriots were wounded, though, in that game also.
I don't think so. You're going in on the road. I know this would be a tough game. It was going to be a low-scoring affair. Stidham looked like a backup quarterback who hadn't played in 3 years. So the Patriots do exactly what they're supposed to, take care of business on the road. The defense played great. So my only concern right now with the Patriots and their defense, they played the worst offensive line in the NFL. The worst. So the Chargers' offensive line is the worst offensive line. So you kind of get maybe a false sense of confidence here. You go to Denver, you play a very non-Denver-like offense where they couldn't throw the ball. They had one deep ball, right? Now you're going to go against a Seattle team that is completely different. There's not going to be snow in this matchup. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, but the Broncos line, though, is one of the better lines in the NFL. You get multiple Pro Bowlers on the line. Williams and Barmore.
Would you rather a better offensive line or a better quarterback?
Going against a better quarterback or offensive line? It's tough because Darnold turned the ball over the most in the NFL this year. He's number one quarterback with turnovers. That happens with pressure up the middle. Where's the Patriots' strength?
The Patriots have the pressure up the middle.
That's their strength, right?
That is their strength, yep.
So strength to the weakness, right?
Yeah,
the Patriots' strength versus Seattle's weakness with Darnold turning the ball over.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a huge game for – obviously the defense is going to have a huge game. Now, Drake May, we don't know what the injury status is. We don't know. So –
which it might be a good time to introduce the new segment.
The new segment?
The new segment. Dr. Ninko.
Dr. Ninko.
It's kind of like Dr. Kevorkian.
It's kind of scary if you Dr. Ninko. Hello, I'm Dr. Ninkovich. Run away screaming.
So what do you think's with May's shoulder?
All right, so I'm going to tell you what happens in NFL locker rooms before big games, right? You go into this little office, and there's maybe 3 doctors in there, and they ask you, well, what do you want? And you say, I'll take a Toradol. Maybe I'll take a shot wherever I need it. And I'll take a few leave because you can't do aspirin with the Toradol. But I do think that with this being the biggest game of his life, no matter what it is, he's going to fight through it. He's going to be fine. So I'm not worried about Drake May. You know, I think about back, you know, when Tom, obviously he played through a lot of stuff, a lot of injuries. I mean, he tore the webbing in between his thumb and his index finger, which is pretty insane that he was able to play through that. He was kind of, what do we got here? Oh, wow. Look at this. So on
Some beers coming
on
up?
the Dan and Ninko Show, we do enjoy a tasty cold beverage. So
Every now and again.
we are going to drink with you if that's okay. Yes, please. Thank you. Fiddlehead IPA. Okay.
Thank you.
So we also do tastings and a Fiddlehead IPA.
Fiddlehead IPA.
Let's give it a go. Wow, that's good. Water? I don't drink water with beer. Okay. Thank you. All right. So what's your score on the Fiddlehead?
7.84.
7.84.
7.84.
I'm not an IPA guy. It kind of gives me that little like in the
I
back
thought
of
you
my
were
throat.
an IPA guy.
Not crazy. I'm more of an ale guy. I'll give it a solid 7. How about that? I'll drink it though because it's cold and it's beer. So we're back to Drake May and his shoulder. I think he's going to be fine. You know, you have 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, and just through experience, usually when you have this first week, you're trying to just get your body back as good as you can possibly feel. And when we had Bill Belichick as our head coach, things are a little bit different now. You only have 16 padded practices that you can have throughout the season. You're not hitting like we were in full pads for 3 days before the Super Bowl. It was, you know, crazy. But things have changed. You don't do that now. You try to like save guys as much as best you can. And we're dealing with injuries right now. So I hope Spillane, I think he's going to be a big factor in this game. He's got to be healthy.
Yeah, I don't know if Spillane's playing.
He's going to play.
Well,
I'm just going to tell you.
You can get out there.
You're going to play.
Yeah.
You have to. It's the base game of your life. So,
but back to May's shoulder, though.
He's
Are you
fine.
Are you thinking it's more of a pain tolerance, or do you think there's an actual problem with his throwing shoulder?
So
it's two different things.
It's completely different
Yeah.
things. And everyone out there listening, I've had a left shoulder tear, right? I played through it, so I was able to play through a labrum tear. You can have a labrum that you tear it and you can still play with it, but your rotator cuff is something completely different, and it's really hard to play with a rotator. As a quarterback with a right shoulder, that you need that. We haven't seen him throw. They haven't shown him throw.
He only threw a couple times, right, in the second half.
That's it.
After he was collapsed.
You know, the series that they kind of ran the ball. He threw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, he did have the flea flicker throw, the 30-yard throw to Mac Hollins after that shoulder.
I think he's going to be fine.
You're not worried that he missed practice?
No, I'm not worried about it.
He was limited.
I'm not worried about it.
Limited on Thursday.
They have these
and
things.
then didn't practice
called
yesterday.
syringes. They go right in your shoulder.
But if you don't have stability in that shoulder, it becomes tough to throw.
Hey, you can
And-
have surgery after the game. It's fine.
But May's strength is accuracy.
I think he's fine. Listen, I do want to say we have a special guest coming on the show. We haven't put it out there yet.
Nope.
It's going to be a fun guest. You guys will all enjoy it. And when he'll be here probably in about 40 minutes. So don't guess it, okay? Yeah. Can I have one of those, please? Oh, they're for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, don't do these at home, kids. There's no kids here right now. This is over 18, so we're good. Dan, would you like one?
No. Well, it's good for your brain health, right?
This is.
That's what you say?
Nicotine is actually good for your brain function, just so everyone knows that.
Yeah. Thank God there's no kids here.
It's fine.
Hey, yes, this is good for brain health. Then they
This
can just start
is.
taking
It
it, tell their
is. I
parents.
read a
well,
whole thing
Rob
about it.
Ninkovich told me it's good for brain health.
And I just cut my nails, so I don't have any nails right now.
Not a good thing there, Rob.
This is good. This is great.
So,
So I'm not worried about it. I think he's going to be fine. Now, talking about preparation, I don't think there's another organization that has more experience in the last 20 years of understanding how to prepare for, and I know this is a completely different set of players, different guys that haven't been to the Super Bowl, but the organization, they understand Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So as far as logistics, your family, the hotel, the practices, like how things are set up, they're probably the best prepared team for this. And I know Vrabel is going to have a good plan. He's going to explain to these guys it's all about how we take care of our bodies, because that's what he's been preaching the last month right now into the playoffs, and getting ready for a Seattle team that they don't know. And when I say they don't know, when you're playing in-division teams, when you're playing AFC teams, you're watching a lot of tape. And a lot of the teams that you do end up facing, you've seen a lot of tape on them. And the Broncos, Stidham, yes, they didn't see Stidham. Who was the one that said, no, I have no idea who he is? Was it Barmore?
Milt Williams.
Williams.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you think of Stidham? I don't know who he is.
What do you respect Stidham? I don't know who that guy is, honestly. I've never heard of him before. But you're going into this game, and you're really trying to learn your opponent the best that you can, and put together a game plan that takes out their key guys. And they have a really, really good receiver. I'm talking
really good
receiver.
Yeah.
So you come into this game, you need a pass rush. So you're going to have to get to the quarterback. Now, the defense is playing great, but they've been playing guys in the snow. It's cold. This is a completely different environment. The offenses are going to be full power. So this isn't like, hey, they're going to hand the ball off 30 times and they're not going to throw a pass. Like, these guys are going to be loaded. They got great receivers. They have a good running back. Their offensive line's good. I really respect their head coach. I think he does a good job with these guys. So this is, and I'm not going to say a Malcolm Butler type, remake in the making of one play, but it might be. It might be a one play.
Your thing is a tight game.
It's going to be a tight game, and it's not going to be a low-scoring game.
I agree with that.
It's going to be a high-scoring game, but it's going to be blow for blow. So if we score, they might score.
Yep.
You're going to have to score points.
It's going to come down to turnovers.
It's going to come down to turnovers.
Who turns the ball over the least.
Who's going to protect the football the best. And I'm taking my guy, Drake May. I think he's going to be the better quarterback out of these two. But my only concern is, does he have a limit to throwing the ball if he does have some type of shoulder issue? Does he have a little less zip? Are they trying to run the ball more? And that'll tell us the first 15 plays of this game will tell you everything you need to know about the health of Drake May.
Do you think Vrabel's playing any games with it right now?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. That's, you use the media, you use your injury report to your advantage. So if somebody's banged up and you put them on as a limited participant, I'm going to put that on there all week, limited participant. And depending on where he's at and how he feels, I'm going to make Seattle figure out who's up, who's down, who's active, who's not, who are they going to put on our number one receiver. So in certain game plans, and I know you guys are probably like, haven't been in a room for a game plan, but when you're playing a really good receiver and you have a really good corner, this is where Gonzalez is going to have to make his money.
Yeah, but they haven't really done that this year.
They're gonna have to.
They don't play man.
They're going to get killed in zone.
You have to put Gonzalez on JSN. That's the only thing. You got to play man there.
So if they go into this game playing zone, they're going to get eaten alive.
Yeah, he's a zone killer.
So he's a zone killer.
Yeah.
So if I'm the defensive coordinator for the Patriots, we're coming up with some signature blitzes. We're coming up with a game plan to play man and mix in zone, so you're not just stuck in man, because they'll come up with man beaters. And for everybody that's listening, a man beater is
not what you think it is.
It's no, it's not. I'm not a man beater. If you have, and you would see Tom, or you see all these quarterbacks, what they do is they use motion. Josh is a great offensive coordinator using pre-snap motion. If I take my running back and we come out and empty, and he's out in the number 3 spot, and I motion him back in, and the linebacker is out there, and he runs back with him, we know it's man. If we have 5 guys out in the formation, and we motion a guy, and everyone stays where they're at, we know we're in zone. So that's when you see the game within the game of, can we take advantage of this defense? They have some killers on defense.
Yeah.
They have a great inside linebacker. They have a great pass rush. Will Campbell, he can't be nasty. He's going to have to turn it up. He
Wait,
can't
they have to be nasty.
He's going to have to be nasty.
Yeah.
Okay. Will Campbell, put the face paint on. Do whatever you have to do. go through all the guys that you're going to face, break them down on tape all week, use this 2 weeks to your advantage, get yourself as healthy as possible. I know he had the knee injury. So this is really going to have to be the best offensive game that they've played.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be. So for the Patriots to win, Drake May is going to have to be the MVP.
I agree with that.
He's going to have to put the team on his back, and he's going to have to use his legs. And if you think about it, if the Denver Broncos watch the tape and they look back on what hurt them, they stopped the run. They really did. Only except for that one drive, they stopped the run. The one thing that they didn't do is contain Drake, and he was able to extend plays. He was able to run for 30 yards and change the field position. The kickers, both sides were having trouble with that wind in the conditions. This is going to be a wide open game for the special teams. There's going to be no weather issues. It's going to be a beautiful day in California probably. I'll be at the game, so I'll be rooting on. I'll have my Junior Seau jersey on. I'll be rooting for the Pats.
No Drake May jersey?
I'm more of a linebacker type guy, so I'm gonna root.
You could wear like Spillane.
I'm gonna root for the defense here, but I gotta put my junior jersey on.
I think you should wear a Campbell jersey and try to.
I gotta bring Junior.
Pulls it out.
If there's one person that I wish had a Super Bowl ring, it was Junior Seau.
Yeah.
So I think that 2007 when they were undefeated, that was the guy that I felt the most pain for was Junior, and you can almost see that. In 2009, my first year with the Patriots, and I'll tell you guys a quick story about Junior. He was the first guy in the building, so he would get up at 4:30. He'd be in the gym at 5. He'd get his workout in early. He'd be by his locker. It was New Year's Day, and I go to my locker. I'm sitting down. He was right next to me in the locker room. He's right next to me, and this was just out of the blue. No rhyme or reason to it. He looks at me, and I'm just getting ready for the day. He's like, Ninkovich, you think too much. You think too much. I need you to just play, and if you make a mistake, just let it go. And during the season, in 2009, I was hanging on by the skin of my teeth. I got to the Patriots. I was just a special teams guy. I really only played a few snaps of defense. And we were playing that year in Detroit for Thanksgiving. And I'm playing, Junior's behind me. I'm supposed to take the running back. That's my guy. Junior tells me, don't worry about the back. Just go get to the quarterback. So I rush. The quarterback sees that I'm rushing. He throws it to the running back, and it was like a 70-yard gain. So I run off the field, and Bill is screaming at me, what the F are you doing? Like, he was pissed. Junior walks up to him. He says, buddy, don't worry about it. I told him to go. Don't worry. Next play. So Bill looks at him, and he just looks at me, and he walks away. And that was it. I was like, all right, this guy's got some pull if Bill Belichick walks away from a moment where he's screaming at me. And, Junior Seau, one of the best guys, teammates that I've ever been with. Amazing player, smart player, the best in the business when it comes to linebacker. And that's why I wear his jersey. Because he's the man. I think the defense against Seattle, they got to shut down the run, and I think we have the ability to do that, especially on the interior side. Outside linebackers, the edge guys are going to have a great game setting the edge, turn the ball back in. Put it in Darnold's hands. Put it in his hands to have to throw the ball, make all the reads, throw the ball down the field, because just maybe if you can get a hand on a ball, if you can tip it up in the air, you create 1 or 2 turnovers, that's like the game. And in these playoffs, it comes down to 1 or 2 plays. If you think back to Denver, if they don't create that turnover, and you know who I think is one of the underappreciated players on this defense? Christian Ellis.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
He's made plays all year. He goes under the radar. He reminds me of myself a little bit. Really good player, creates turnovers, creates pressure on the quarterback, makes big plays. I mean, the Giants sideline play where he lit up the quarterback, Dart got lit up. He plays really hard. He hits well. He runs well. He can cover guys out of the backfield. So I think he might be somebody that could create a play that, we talk about Gonzalez. We talk about, the inside pieces. But I think Ellis could be a guy that could make a play that really can create something for this team.
Yeah, the two big keys, I think, though, on that team are going to be Barmore and Williams. Because they're the ones that are going to create that play.
What do you think Seattle's telling their offensive line? We got to take care of those two guys.
Yeah, 100%.
On the inside.
Because you can almost – the edge doesn't scare you as much as the interior, which is kind of the opposite of what the NFL's going with.
Yeah.
You remember in the offseason when the Patriots ended up signing Milton Williams, that Sports Illustrated graded that signing as an F?
Well, usually with a 3 technique, and you pay – what do they pay him? Like
$100 million?
$100 million?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Decent day. You're not getting like a receiver production. You're not getting that big highlight play. But again, if you look at some of the plays last week, he's so disruptive that if the quarterback throws the ball up, just like the interception, he had pressure on him.
Yeah.
All you need is a little pressure, and I don't care if you're Tom or if you're, Dan Marino. If you have pressure in your face and you can't get out of the pocket and it's up inside, you're in trouble.
I'll give you a good stat, right? This year, the Patriots are 12-0 when Milton Williams and Christian Gonzalez are playing in the game. They're 12-0 this year.
Those are your guys.
Yeah.
And Gonzalez right now has an opportunity to make a ton of money.
Oh, he's going to make a ton of money. I mean,
he's going to make a ton of money, but he might not be here. Because if you're the Patriots and you're playing zone, you're thinking to yourself, are we going to pay a guy that plays zone $100+ million?
Yeah, and what do you think these fans are going to think if they don't sign Christian Gonzalez, let him walk?
I don't know. We've let guys walk in the past. I don't know.
Not one of the best corners in the NFL.
I think we let
defensively. The Patriots, the Patriots always have that shutdown corner. We
also at the 30 minutes at the end of this, we're gonna let you guys ask any questions you want. So think of some questions right now that you have about anything, and I'll answer any question you want except for I have no idea why Malcolm did not play in the Super Bowl. I have no idea. Okay? So if you ask me that question, I'm going to give you the same shit that everyone else says. I have no fucking idea.
You weren't even there, right?
I wasn't there. I was retired.
Yeah.
I was like 6 bourbon deep because I was depressed.
That was the year after you retired, or 2 years after you retired.
No, it was 1 year.
1 year. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you pull up a clip?
TJ's going to pull up a clip for us.
Yeah. The cam. I want to get your take on this little tidbit.
All right, listen. So I used to work. I used to work at ESPN, and they fired me for a guy that wears a top hat and a bird feeder on his head. So,
what's in the box?
Yeah. What's in the box? All right, let's see what he says.
It's given Trent Dilfer. It's given Jim McMahon, Brad Johnson, Rex Grossman. All of those names combined benefited off a great defense alone. They're not here because of Drake May. That's just facts. Does that make Drake May a bad player? No. Did Drake May do enough to win a football game? Yes. But I would also say Drake May did enough to lose a game that he won too. But this is what you have to understand about old Drake May. If he keep this up with this trajectory, winning this early in his career, whether I like it, whether I love it, whether I hate it some more, hate it even more than that, despise it, or just don't want to give credit where credit's due, Drake May will go down as an all-time great, even superseding the individual that played there that got a statue right outside Gillette Field. Why? Because Drake May is in his second year. He already going to the Super Bowl. Drake May, congratulations. You're doing your big one.
Can we get this guy a clown nose, please? So the issue that I have with Cam is he understands the quarterback position. He understands the microscope, the scrutiny, and all the things that a quarterback has to deal with. And it surprises me that Drake has come out and said that he was a big fan and all these things. And Cam just seems like a real hater on Drake May, because when he got here to New England, he dropped the ball. He was not what Cam used to be, right? He couldn't run. He couldn't throw, couldn't do all those things. So when he talks about being a game manager, the best quarterbacks are game managers. You manage the game. That's what you're supposed to do. So if you're Tom Brady, if he's a game manager, and his job is to make sure that the offense, number one, takes care of the football and puts the team in the right play against whatever the defense shows. So the issue that Cam had was he couldn't get the plays in the proper play. Like he couldn't get the team. He couldn't manage the game the right way. And I think he's got a little issue with when guys have the success and get to a Super Bowl. Maybe if he had another opportunity, which it's over, he would put a little more effort in diving for a football that is in front of him instead of backing away from it. I would guarantee Drake May, as a game manager, is going to dive headfirst into that to try and get the football. So all his takes, and listen, I know you guys understand, you like ESPN's on right now, but it's on mute. Nobody's listening to it. These guys are just trying to make big splash headlines, and it's just bulletin board stuff that they're trying to make splashes to get their name out there more, which at this point right now, if you set the all-time percentage, a completion percentage for the organization that had Tom Brady here for 20 plus years, you sound pretty silly.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is you have to look at reality. Drake May, there's plenty of games that he just carried the team on his back, especially
100%.
when the defense got injured and stuff like that. He was outscoring people. That Buffalo game, that was all Drake May.
100%.
Cam, I think Cam has a hatred for him because he's doing it really with the same offense, right? Because it's Josh McDaniels running the same offense, which, Cam Newton, Drake May, they're both mobile quarterbacks. Josh would basically call almost the same plays if they could both do it. But, Cam's just tough because he doesn't have what Drake May has.
He does not. So I feel like with Drake being 23 years old, the Patriots have a new window right now. And I said this, 4 weeks ago, that I thought the Patriots were going to be a team either in the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Because you have a 23-year-old quarterback on a rookie contract for the next 3 years, basically, you have this massive opportunity to not only get back. If they win this year, you can go spend more money. You can bring in more talent. You still have a rookie quarterback under a rookie contract, similar to what Seattle had when Russell Wilson was under his rookie deal. They had a great defense. Earl Thomas, Chancellor. They had all these guys. Browner.
Sherman.
And they had all these studs, right? The second that they paid the quarterback, they had to let everyone go.
Yep.
And then they struggled. So for us fans, I know we're spoiled. You guys are spoiled, all right? Yeah, you know it. You know you're spoiled, right? Every single year. It's like, I think the Celtics are going to be back in a championship run. They are. The Bruins, I don't know. You think the Bruins will make it this year? I don't know. But the Patriots, to go have 5 years, they kind of floundered. Obviously, last year was a debacle. This year, we're back in a Super Bowl. The rest of the country hates our guts.
Yeah, I mean, you rebuilt in 6 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 6 years later, it's back to the Super Bowl, and other teams, maybe like the New York Jets that just haven't even sniffed anything.
And I'm not putting it out there, but if the Patriots if something happens and the Patriots don't win this game, they by far exceeded all of our expectations.
Yeah,
and
one playoff win.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we should be happy and proud that we have a great head coach now for the foreseeable future. We got a 23-year-old quarterback. We have all these things in place to make these runs year after year after year. And no matter what happens on the 8th of February, we're in a good freaking spot.
Yeah, way better than almost any team in the NFL.
That's right.
Think about it, right? Because even somebody like Seattle, Seattle wins the Super Bowl, You know, they have an older quarterback now that's making a lot of money. You know, some of their younger players now have to get paid. They're not going to be able to sustain it. I mean, they're literally selling the team after the Super Bowl. They just announced it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So the Seahawks are for sale right after the Super Bowl.
You know, so sorry, I'm going to turn down $10 billion.
Yeah.
I don't fault any owner for wanting to sell the team at this point right now. But so let's get into this topic. I said this on, I think it was Wednesday, Greg Hill's show in the morning. Bill Belichick not making it as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Whoever votes for these guys to get in, if you looked at the ballot and you put no next to Bill Belichick, you are a complete moron.
Oh, yeah.
And you do not deserve to even have a vote.
Yeah.
So if the NFL Hall of Fame has to make a statement saying that moving forward we're going to evaluate our voting process and might have to make some changes, that means if you're like an 85-year-old sitting in your sitting in your wheelchair, you might not be there next year.
When you have to say you aren't sure who you voted for, like you didn't get asked like what you had for lunch a month ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you would think it, right? The Hall of Fame vote's a big deal. You're only voting for a few people. Like, you would have to know who it is. But they came out and said that they don't, because I don't think they want like collusion with it either. Like, we should punish him and take him out and all that. But one of the real reasons why Bill didn't get in the Hall of Fame, everybody can take the easy out, right, and say it's because of Spygate, Deflategate, because of
Jordan,
because of all that stuff, or because Belichick just wasn't liked. Read some of the articles. There's 2 articles that came out. One from the guy from Kansas City that literally talked about he voted for other people because he just figured Bill Belichick would make it. It's like the participation trophy generation right there.
But the problem is
that everybody should make it in or something like that. Instead of just going, hey, we're going to vote for the best possible candidate, we just want to make everybody feel good.
The problem with that is you turn the most prestigious thing into the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So the Pro Bowl, like Shedeur Sanders is in the Pro Bowl right now.
Shedeur Sanders and Joe Flacco.
It's insane. So who's watching the Pro Bowl? I think is it now?
Is it on today?
Is it today? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It's
in
flag
here.
football.
When is it? Yeah, they're playing Frisbee or something. I don't know. So the Pro Bowl, what they need to do is if you actually are a really good football player and you deserve, and maybe make it a player vote, because you have a fan vote and then you have a player vote. I would take the player vote because as a player, you respect certain guys. You know who's good. You know who sucks. Like, go with who the players say. And the fans, no offense to the fans, but they could be influenced by social media, what they're seeing on television, all these different things that make you vote for a guy that's got, 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions? I think Shedeur, he's either 7 touchdowns or 10 touchdowns. And either 7 interceptions or 10. I don't know what it is because I don't really care. But when you have Bill Belichick, the second all-time most winning coach in the NFL, and he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, it makes you look like a complete joke.
He has more Super Bowl appearances than all the first ballot Hall of Fame coaches combined.
So,
I mean, you can't, if you were to write a story of the NFL and just say like about the NFL, you can't write it without saying Bill Belichick in there. You can't.
100%.
So that gives you the Hall of Fame. But it's all Hall of Fames are starting to get like that. Look at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Right? There's guys that are not in there that should be in there.
Pete Rose.
Yeah. Barry Bonds. I mean, yes, there are the steroid stuff and all that, but there's guys in there that have openly admitted to doing like cocaine before games or like during games, drinking during games and all that. So like, let's not kind of do that. And I mean, and now you got the NFL that literally has owners that just got released in the Epstein files. So don't give you like
I'm not talking
all this
about Epstein
moral.
files right now. Something's going to happen to me on my way home.
What, are you going to get your name getting released?
Yeah.
But Bill, there's no way Bill Belichick, you can't at least make an argument, right? He is the greatest coach of all time, but you can't even make an argument without putting his name in there for greatest coach of all time,
100%.
which gives you the first ballot Hall of Famer. So what's next? Are they going to say that Brady's not a first ballot Hall of Famer? Is that going to be the next thing?
Because you can't take external factors. You might not like Bill because he gave you one-word responses. we're on to Cincinnati. Like, hey, Bill, what do you think about this? They're good, yeah. I mean, you guys are, you know, the whole media and everyone has a vote. They dislike Bill, obviously, because he didn't make it into the Hall of Fame.
They also beat their ass every single year for 20 years.
You can't take that and you can't I guess, you're devaluing, I guess, the prestige of what the Hall of Fame is all about. And it should be the best, and that's it.
Yeah.
And if you thought that Bill wasn't the best, I think you're an idiot. So that's just my thought. And I can justify that because I played for him. But when you have guys that never played for Bill Belichick, you know, J.J. Watt, you know, who else was there? Was a bunch of guys.
Jimmy Johnson wanted to fight people.
Jimmy Johnson was super pissed about it.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, when they're posting stuff about Bill Belichick and how is he not a first ballot Hall of Famer, you know you screwed up.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is now how can any coach really go in as a first ballot Hall of Famer now?
From here on out, nobody can go.
Yeah.
From here on out, nobody's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Do you think the Hall of Fame committee will change something here?
I think they're going to
because they haven't announced the vote.
I think they're going to. I think what they should do is make it just like the draft. The draft is exciting, and people want to see the draft. Why don't they make the voting process a live voting process?
Yeah.
And they make it. Who'd you vote for? Hi, I'm Rob Ninkovich. Bill Belichick. Yes, and everyone cheers.
Yeah.
No,
that's what they should do. It's like,
no,
you know, they
you're
each have
sitting,
a little thing. Stand up.
Yep.
Bill Belichick.
No. Or if you vote no, you're sitting in a trap door and you disappear. They hit a button and you just disappear in front of everybody because
Who gets the next
everyone
vote?
Stones at you. Stone him.
What's your best Bill Belichick story that you have?
Oh. I have some,
in honor of Bill here.
I have some good and some not so good Bill Belichick
What's
stories.
your favorite one?
My favorite. So maybe our guest that comes here, he can help me in one of these. But I love that 2009 we were playing the Tennessee Titans. I think it was in October. We had like maybe 8 inches of snow. It was crazy. It was like with a snow globe game. It was we shouldn't have had snow, but all of a sudden we just got a crazy storm. And this is my first year there, so it's Bill Belichick. And any situation you guys have probably confronted or walked in front of like a boss or somebody, and it's just like this awkward, weird silence. Bill was always kind of that way. You see him walking, you're like, "Hey, what's up, Coach? How you doing?" And just
don't look at him.
Doesn't say anything at you and just keeps walking. But after we won that game, we destroyed the Titans. I was walking out to the car, and a snowball like almost hit me, and I'm like, "Who's throwing snowballs right now?" I thought it was one of the players. It was Bill, grabbing snow off the top of his car. He was throwing snowballs at guys when they were walking to their car. So it was actually funny. And then this is another, probably, it sucked for me, but my last year playing, I had a little issue. I got fined $1 million. Yeah, a lot of money. So Bill's like eating pistachios, and he walks up to me, and this is my first week back. He's like, "Hey, you know, I think they miscalculated. You're gonna owe like $68,000 more bucks, so we're just gonna take it out of your game check." And I was like, "Cool, Bill." And he just like kept eating and walked away. I'm like, "Awesome! I just lost $1,068,000. Awesome, great calculations, Bill." I need a shot of whiskey now.
What do you think about the NFL talking now about the neutral site for the AFC and NFC championship?
I think
game?
it's complete BS. So if you're the Patriots and you put yourself in a position to have an AFC championship game right in our backyard, and it happens to be a blizzard, and you have to play a team that's a warm climate or a dome team, football is meant to be played outside in the elements. So if you want it to be perfect conditions, you got to make every single stadium perfect conditions. You have to have it like a basketball court where no matter where you're at, it's all this, everything's similar. The courts are similar, the weather's similar, the temperature's similar. You can't do that. So if you are blessed to put yourself in a position to play at home on an AFC championship game, and you happen to play a team that isn't used to it, well, boo-hoo. they better figure it out quick. And I understand that when you watch a game that's 10-7, it might not be as exciting as when you watch the Rams play and they put up 1,000,000 points. And we all love to see the big plays and the deep balls and the touchdowns. But at the end of the day, you have to respect that football is supposed to be played in elements. And it's rare to even see a guy with grass stains now. So you take away all the elements, and it just makes it, to me, it goes away from what the actual game is all about. It's about playing. I think the game should be played on grass. A lot of these injuries are because of turf. They're because of hitting your head on the turf. Play on grass, play outside, play in the weather, play in the rain, get grass stains, have mud everywhere. Like, that's what I mean, as a football player, that's what I enjoyed.
Yeah. I mean, in like the high-level soccer leagues, those players refuse to play on anything but grass. That's like in their contracts.
Yeah, they also flop like LeBron. So
yeah, well, I mean, NFL players starting to flop like LeBron too, though.
Yeah, it's a generational thing because of LeBron. I blame LeBron on that. Michael Jordan isn't flopping.
All right, so we're here in Bally's, right? You know.
Yep.
This is pretty impressive. I've never been here before.
Should we go play
have
poker
been
after
here?
this?
Yeah, we will play poker.
All right,
I'll play it.
Blackjack.
Heads up.
You a blackjack guy?
I'll play blackjack.
I gotta call my wife though. Make sure it's okay.
Have you been here before?
I have not.
Yeah, neither have I. It's
not.
actually really nice. I think being here in the casino makes you obviously want to gamble, right?
Yes.
So we should we start looking at some more gambling things here?
Let's jump into the gambling. For everyone that's thinking about gambling out here, we're in a casino, so let's dive into it.
Yeah, sports gambling.
Sports gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull up
Pull up
lines.
all the odds and the spreads and all the good stuff.
Okay. So you want to do like a Drake May style parlay?
Let's do it.
Okay. So let me pull this up. Drake May, where are you looking at passing yards wise for Drake May?
Because I said that Drake May has to have a great game and they have to score points. I think that he's going to have to throw for 300.
Okay, 300.
300. So
Okay.
I'm going north of 300 and 2 touchdowns, and he's got to run for 1. So I'm thinking in the red zone, he's going to run for a touchdown and throw 2, and then maybe the running game has something to do with getting them to, because I'm thinking 31 is the total points scored for the Pats.
So you'll be looking at the over then.
I'm betting the over, and 300 plus for Drake. 2 touchdowns, two plus touchdowns, 1 to Hunter Henry in the red zone, and 1 to Diggs.
Okay. Because right now the game itself is Seattle's favored by 4.5.
Yeah.
The over/under is
Who's
45.5.
Seattle's favored 4.5.
Yeah.
All right.
So you already said it's going to be like a one score, like a field goal game, is what you said.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
So you're laying the Patriots.
Yep.
Right, a plus 4.5. You're taking the over. I don't think I'd really bet the over. I'd be looking at Patriots plus 4.5.
Yep.
Drake May plus 250 yards.
Yep.
2 plus touchdowns for Drake May. That includes overtime at Bally's.
Yep.
I got Drake May at 30 plus rushing yards.
Uh-oh. Another
boy.
one.
And then
Where's my Uber? This is a touchdown Tennessee T.
oh, this could be good. Thank you.
Hey, I better go get a line of credit.
And then I
We're
got
going upstairs after this one.
Mac Hollins at plus 40 yards.
Plus 40?
40.
All right. What's this one? Touchdown Tennessee T? Touchdown Tennessee T. All right, here we go.
That's good.
My dry January is officially over.
Well, January's over tomorrow.
I know, and it's my birthday.
That's actually really good.
What's his score on? What do you give it?
Hold on.
I'm giving this a 10. Where's the bartender that made this?
Yeah. Where?
I don't know. Right there? Good job.
It's like a 9.79.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Go get yourself
You got to go get yourself a touchdown tee
Get a touchdown tee.
right over that side of the bar. All right, so
Wow, that's good.
where I got there through Bally's
What's in the touchdown
right now.
tea? I don't know. It's got to be vodka, some honey. It's good.
Vodka, honey, tea. Oh, Jack Daniel's honey.
Oh, Jack Daniel's honey. Hey, no Jack Daniels for you? You've had experience with Jack? Yeah.
You should try this, though. This doesn't taste like Jack Daniel's.
Well, if it was tequila, I'd have my shirt off right now, so we're okay with Jack. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's the first request. You said you could ask questions. So I think the first question is, Rob, will you take your shirt off?
I'm going to be 42. I don't know. I'm going to look like a plumber up here. No offense to plumbers.
So Patriots plus 4.5, May plus 250, 2 touchdowns, Matt Collins 40 yards, Drake May 30 rushing yards is plus 1,900.
Okay.
So you lay $100, you win $2,000.
I'm putting 100 on it.
You got that?
I'm going to do it before we leave.
All right.
All right?
All right.
We'll
I'll
place
make sure you do
we
it.
can film.
We'll
place
film you
it.
doing it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Because I know you have a little bit of difficult time gambling a little bit.
Well, I like buying cars. Sometimes gambling, I don't know. I'm gambling on cars, too.
What?
Keeping it awesome.
Didn't we gamble for cars and you backed out of it?
I won this year, so you owe me a
It
car.
was the first time.
I know. I know.
You were 0-3 entering this.
I was. I won my first year. What's that? I just drove my truck, just the regular truck, the Gronk truck.
Can't get snow in it. I want to pull up another clip because this is from one of your buddies,
Oh no.
and I want to see if you'll comment on it. It's the Sean Payton Bo Nix clip. There seems to be a little bit of trouble brewing in Denver.
Oh, Sean. I love Sean. He hated me.
He likes you now, though.
Now he loves me. Yeah.
Kind of a douchebag.
A condition that was like predisposed right at that they always find a little bit more when they go in, and it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Didn't have any predisposed issues. Man, my ankles were feeling really good.
He said he had one in high school, and then he said he had one at Auburn.
I don't think he really should share how many surgeries I've had in the past, to be honest with you, but because I don't, he doesn't really even know that.
A condition that was like predisposed right at that they always find a little bit more when they go in.
Can you guys
and
understand
it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Didn't have any predisposed issues.
You want me to
Man, my
narrate
ankles
it?
were feeling really good.
He said he
All
had
right,
one in high
TJ.
school.
Cut it,
And then
TJ. I know you guys have been in a situation. You're at a bar or you're at a party, and somebody's talking to you, and you have no idea what they're saying to you because it's super loud. But you're just saying, "Oh yeah," and then they look at you kind of funny, and you're like, No, and because they're saying like, "Oh yeah, like I heard you made out with this dude," and you're like, "Oh yeah, I made out with him," and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "No, what did you say?" I didn't know what he was saying. Narrate it, please.
So, Sean Payton talked about Bo Nix's ankle injury as being predisposed. That basically he was.
Oh, it was gonna break.
It was going to break no matter what because
I say, break my arm, Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, he had he was predisposed to having an ankle break, and Bo Nix came right out after that press conference, got on to some podcast, and basically said that is not true.
Oh, I got a text from our guest. Hold on. We just got to... Hey. All right. 1 second. You here? He's here.
Got any guesses?
Corvus? We'd all be taking shots of Corvus vodka if that was the case.
Yeah, we would have had to have bottles up here. He's a big guy.
Oh, my gosh.
Whoa.
Oh, she wants me to take my shirt off. Not you, the bartender. This is a tequila drink? MVP? This is an MVP margarita?
Yeah.
Most valuable player. All right. Wow. That's
strong.
good. We might need one more for our guest.
Yeah, you got it.
Just one more for the guest. Okay, perfect.
The fans are excited because you might take your shirt off now, right, if you finish that?
Listen, my wife, Paige, she wears the pants. She might be upset with me if I take my shirt off. She's pretty tough. She beat my ass.
Does that seem like there's some trouble brewing in Denver?
No. Now this is where This is where the Dan and the actual player we get in this feud. The head coach, obviously Sean Payton, he's a confident guy. As you say, he's kind of a D-bag, you think.
That's what he acts like.
Yeah. He's confident. So I'm sure that in his head, he's thinking, this was going to happen. This was going to happen. It was going to break. It was going to break. The doctor said it was going to break. Something happened. It affected the way that their trajectory. I think the game that we witnessed with Stidham would have been a different type of game if Nix was in there. You have two mobile quarterbacks. You got to, Stidham, he's dead in the water. You're going to get him every time.
You say that, but
he's not mobile. I can catch him right now. It's like me and you. If you run off this, I can catch you before you.
You said the same thing in basketball, and you got destroyed.
No, I beat this guy in basketball too.
You didn't. TJ was right there.
1-on-1. Don't worry about it.
It was bad.
Actually, I just played via. My daughter had a 7th grade basketball game against the parents, and I rejected her back into the stands so hard, and all the parents are like, "You're gonna let them win?" I said, "No. Why are we gonna let them win? They need to learn how to lose."
Yeah.
That's the best way to go about life.
Yeah, that's the reason why Bill Belichick's not in the Hall of Fame right now.
You're right, probably.
Yeah. See, you want Bill Belichick in there, so when your 7th grade daughter is throwing up a shot, you're swatting it,
get out of here
into the stands.
I don't care if it's checkers,
and screaming at her, probably, right?
Connect 4 horse in the yard. You're gonna lose.
Yeah. All right, but back to the Sean Payton thing. You don't think there's trouble brewing there at all?
I think that they're a team. A lot of talent, similar to the Patriots.
Yeah.
You got a young quarterback, rookie contract.
Good defense.
I think they're going to be a good team for a long time. So I don't think that's an issue. Maybe a little bit of, hey, why'd you say that? But that'll be squashed. And I know Sean, he's probably, him and Bo are probably pounding 15 beers together, and they'll squash that real quick.
You think so?
I think so. And so I went out to Sean cut me when I was he drafted me in New Orleans. In 2006, I was drafted by the Saints. I tore my ACL in the Superdome opening game after Katrina. Couldn't get back on the field, just kept getting hurt. So I had some bad blood with Sean. I disliked him a lot. And he brought me back in 2009 after I was with Bill Parcells in Miami, and he moved me to long snapper. And he cut me the day of training camp in 2009, which eventually I got signed by the Patriots the next day. So it all worked out. I'm happy that happened. But at the time, I wanted to jump over the desk and strangle him with all my might. But I didn't do that. I didn't go to jail that day. And when Sean got the job with Denver, he was like, hey, would you be interested in coming out and working with the linebackers? I went out to Denver, helped a couple days, but realized that Sean Payton is an old school coach. When I talk old school, Bill Belichick would sleep on a couch 3 to 4 days a week in his office, never go home. He was just in the office. Sean Payton, he's from Bill Parcells' tree. I got there at 5 in the morning. He left at 2 in the morning. And I asked somebody, like, what were they doing till 2 in the morning? He's like, well, they were doing some player evaluations in the off season. I said, the guy's up at 5 and leaves at 2 a.m. for player evaluations, not even in the season? And he's like, yeah, that's what he does. I'm like, all right, well, maybe this isn't a good place for me.
Is that when you put on all the Broncos gear?
That's when I had the Broncos gear on. Yeah. Don't judge me, everybody. It was a job interview.
You're hanging around Russell Wilson and everything? Did you go to his office?
No, I wasn't in his office. Is our special guest here? Hold on.
I don't know.
I think he's here. All right, here we go. We got more game day cocktails coming our way.
I can tell you, if you want a good cocktail, you should try this tea one.
The touchdown tea is really good. The tequila one is really good, but really strong. So depending on how much money you want to win today, go ahead and have all 3. You're good.
Or if you win some money, go ahead and have all 3. Celebrate it.
Exactly. So I think that's a non-story. I think and then everyone here understands the media. They try to put up these narratives to where they create conflict. And as a Patriot player, we had to deal with that all the time. And the one thing that I talk about Bill Belichick a lot about, he was really good at keeping us focused on what we had to do. And the year that we won a Super Bowl, I mean, we were dealing with some crazy stuff, like crazier than anyone else. Nobody had dealt with a player that was going through a trial and doing all this off the field stuff was completely nuts. And Bill, he really just made us focus on yourself, focus on what you need to do to be better, focus on your team, and everything outside of this is just noise. And when we win a Super Bowl that year, we had somebody in our locker room that did something really terrible, and we focused in on what we had to do. We came together as a team, and we won a Super Bowl. And that's all to Bill Belichick. I mean, that's why Bill's the best. That's why he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And next year, I guarantee Bill's going to be in the Hall of Fame. It just wasn't this year.
Yeah. I think we should do the Nasty of the Week right now.
You want to do Nasty of the Week?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have yours?
Everyone here that hasn't watched our show, when Will Campbell got drafted, they asked him, can you describe the style of your play in one word? And he said, nasty. Kind of like in that southern accent where, man, I just want to play football. I'm here at LSU protecting my quarterback. That's all I want to do. I want to play nasty, and I want to get after any defensive end. So we came up with a segment. It's called Keeping It Nasty.
No, Nasty of the Week.
Nasty of the Week, brought to you by Brunt Workwear. I wear all the Brunt stuff. I got the Brunt boots. I got the Brunt pants. My buddy Eric started Brunt out of New Hampshire 5 years ago. If you guys are in the workwear space, go check them out. They're really great. They do great stuff, and they have great products. So go for it. What's your Nasty of the Week?
My Nasty of the Week is a name that Patriots fans should almost tattoo in their minds right now, and a lot of them don't know what it is. The name is Leonard Taylor, who came up with one of the biggest blocked kicks in the history of the Patriots this past weekend, blocking this kick to propel the Patriots into the Super Bowl here.
All right, let's watch it. This is the biggest block of the year. And he was on practice squad not too long ago.
Practice squad of the Jets.
Yeah. And he didn't even do this.
Getting right up. That kick was good. That kick was good.
That kick, good job, 93. Yeah. That was my number in college, Ninko 93. Good job. So that's the crazy thing about playoff football. And you don't know who it's going to be. It could be somebody that has no experience and somebody that has played 10 years in the NFL, and they get in a situation and they make a mistake. And Bill would always talk to us about playoff experience, and the media would always ask, how much does experience play a factor in the outcome of these games? And Bill would always say, experience means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. And there were instances where I would kind of think about that and be like, I don't know. Is that really true? Because experience can help you in certain situations. But then when Malcolm Butler made that interception against Seattle, Malk. I tried to get Malk here today, but he's in Texas. So it's not Malcolm Butler, everybody, if you're a little bit upset about it. But Malcolm was just a backup corner. We were going into that week and that week of prep, and he wasn't expected to play. He was expected to do exactly what he had done all year, special teams, some nickel, some dime. And when he got thrust into that position, he made a bunch of great plays, not just that interception. That was a great play. That was a monumental.
Yeah,
but he was able to make plays, and it didn't matter his experience. And we have our special guest here, Matthew Light, everybody. Yo! Hey-o! Can we get him a touchdown tee? I think he needs a touchdown tee.
A little touchdown tee?
Are you dry January right now?
I got an MVP margarita.
Oh, that's MVP? Matthew, just put the mic a little bit closer to your lips. I know you love. Oh, TJ, turn it up. Whoa. TJ, how's it going? TJ, the master back there. TJ, drop that beat. He's like a DJ too on the side. I don't know. Did you turn it on? Oh yeah. Matt, we got brownies here. What's in those brownies? No, just regular sugar.
Microplastics?
All right, just make no microplastics.
Testing. Hey!
Hey,
How we doing at Bally's today, people? Hey-o.
how was that parking?
Hey, well, it's funny you say that. I'm pretty sure the valet guy is going to either have me arrested or he's definitely going to want to fight me because he was adamant about me give my keys. And
you
I
didn't
just
wanna
did
give
that.
the keys.
I said, I just got to. I'm going to be right back out. I'm just going to run here and, yeah. No keys.
You just weren't on the curb though, right? You weren't pulled
I
up.
get out of the way, so you guys are going to be able to get out of here. I promise you. I will not hold up traffic. Yes.
So, in the first hour, we were talking about a bunch of different things. The Patriots being back in the Super Bowl. I didn't have what kind of car? Oh,
It's a white Ford
Ford truck.
truck. Yes.
Yeah.
It's out of the way. I promise.
Please tow it. Tow it to the back. Please tow it away on a flatbed and bring it to a salvage yard. So, question: a lot of people here think that I played with Vrabel and be like, "Oh, you're Ninkovich. You played with Vrabel. You must know Vrabel." I don't know Vrabel. I don't know Mike Vrabel. He got traded in 2009 in the offseason. I came in 2009. They gave me number 45, which, terrible number. And then I made the team. They gave me 50, and I walked up to my locker. I go, wow. All right, that's some big shoes to fill. I better play well. And Matt played with Vrabel a long time. How would you describe Vrabel as a player and now as a coach?
I mean, so we'll start as a player. Actually, we'll back up and say, what was Mike Vrabel, the college football player? Because, see, Nink and I, we were at Purdue together, but we were like two ships passing in a night. We didn't play at the same time.
Well, you're a lot older than me.
Well, I don't know if I'd say a lot older than you.
Well, I mean, like a good amount.
I mean, listen, I don't use the skin cream and take care of myself the way you do, but
You do PRP injections
yes.
in your head?
All right, try this one. All right, taste this.
are we switching out here?
Now taste
Okay.
that tea and just tell me
All
what
right.
you think.
All right, so double
Once-
fist.
You gotta rate them out of 10.
do we do?
You
Okay.
got to rate them. That's what we do. So that one is Jack Honey.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's a good one.
No, I can already tell you. I like this other one.
Yeah. Here,
Left hand it is.
Here, I'll take it.
God
Yeah.
love you.
I'll
Okay,
drink that
so so I played against Vrabel as a true freshman at Purdue. I was recruited to go to Purdue, and they wanted me to play tight end because they thought I was athletic or I could do something that was clearly out of my comfort zone. And I ended up starting at tight end my true freshman year. And I'll never forget going to Ohio State. You go to the shoe, and it was a little overwhelming. A lot of people, a lot of noise, a lot of pressure. We got absolutely smoked. And I'm going up against Mike Vrabel and Luke Finkus, and Finkus and Vrabel, or Luke Fickell and Matt Finkus and Mike Vrabel. Their defense was legit. So I had a pretty good understanding of who Mike Vrabel was before I ended up here in 2001. And Vrabel was in Pittsburgh for a while. And when he came here, man, it was cool to see him, go from a guy who was a backup to a starter, and then obviously the career that he had. But I would say this, as a player, he was like a Rodney Harrison. You wanted to punch him in the face unless he was on your team, and then you high-fived him every day. and God love him for that, because what he hasn't done, he has not lost that edge. He's a smart guy, but as we always said, smart, fast, and nasty, but he majors in the nasty side. And you saw it in training camp. You saw it, with him jumping into some of the skirmishes. You see it how they're getting back to playing like tough guy football, which is nice for a change, where they're hitting people in the mouth and they're wearing them down and they're making it personal. And that's what I love about Vrabel. He loves the game of football, and he's going to hit you in the mouth. Thank God. That's why we wear pads.
That's why we wear pads. So we also talked about Bill and not making it into the Hall of Fame. And I said that the Hall of Fame loses credibility when you don't allow a guy of his prowess and what he's been able to do for the game into the Hall of Fame as a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think it makes it like a joke, like a Pro Bowl, where now it doesn't matter what you've done. They just allow you in as a popularity vote. Turns into that. What was your initial thought of the whole not first ballot Hall of Fame vote for Bill Belichick, and what do you think about the Hall of Fame after the fact?
Well, I mean, look, we have any CEOs or just small business owners or anybody that has people that work underneath them? Okay, right. So does much happen within your organization that you don't know about? Right. Okay, thank you. I would say this. When there's something that profoundly ignorant that takes place, the first person you have to look at is a guy named Roger Goodell. He governs the process, and at some point, right, you have to imagine that it came across his desk, and he looked at it, and obviously he said, okay. Now, does that make any sense to anybody sitting in this room? How in the world, thank you, how do you allow that to go out? Now, what should have happened, in my opinion, and I'm sure there's a million ways to look at this, Roger Goodell should have said, get all 50 members in a room right now, or at least get them on a Zoom. And he should have sat them down, and he should have said, hey, clearly we need to go back and look at the bylaws. Clearly we need to reiterate why you're all here. And we need you to understand how important it is to uphold the integrity of what is the most sacred recognition of an individual's performance and impact on the National Football League. It's not that hard, right? I'm not saying something that you all haven't been thinking. I'm just saying that we should hold our leaders to that level of accountability. So that's where I would start, Nink, and then I would say this. There's a lot we could talk about in terms of why that happened.
Yep.
But what I think is more important is to recognize the disservice that the Drew Breeses and the rest of the people who are on that selection committee are receiving. What we should be talking about is all of their collective accomplishments. And what we're talking about is the guy who's not there.
Yes.
And that is a shame.
Yeah, it makes it where the other people that are going to the Hall of Fame
Matt
this
Light
year.
Matt Light for president? Yeah.
Hey-o.
It makes it for all the other people going in this year overshadowed, right?
Right.
Because they're sitting there fielding questions instead of why they're being honored. It's, hey, do you think Bill Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame?
Of course.
I would, if I was getting the Hall of Fame, I'd just say, here, I'll go next year. Like, I'm
Yes.
skipping out this year. Put me in next year when Bill goes in.
Yeah, it's man, I'll tell you again, how in the world, like for that reason alone, I guess, if I was a decision maker, I would say, hey, we can't do these guys like this, right? This is not fair. This doesn't make sense. And by the way, that's why there are leaders. That's why there's somebody who can trump even a committee, right? You've seen it happen before. Look, they changed the Patriots Hall of Fame to allow people to enter the hall who, because of one reason or another, they wouldn't have been eligible under the old guidelines. And that's where an owner like Robert Kraft steps in and says, okay, this is how we're doing business. That's what you should have seen in this case, I would think.
Yeah.
Another applause. If we had Malcolm Butler here, it would have been terrible. Matt Light is far better. Even though it was Seattle interception, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, Matt, you're known as a practical joke guy. You've done a lot of, crazy things maybe would have made me upset if it was to me. I haven't had any crazy things done to me. I've had my guard up many a time, but they weren't directed towards me. But
Yet.
as a leader in a locker room, which you were a leader for a long time, won a lot of football games, played a long time, what would you say was your best prank, and who was it on?
Oh man, there's so many of them, and it's
There's
not
a lot. He
Yeah.
had Brandon Spike's car towed from Patriot Place on a flatbed, and that's why I said tow it away. And because he was being, Spikes was being Spikes, and he shouldn't have parked where he parked. So Matt had him towed, and he was so pissed about it. But granted, he should have been towed.
He should have been towed.
And you had him towed.
I did have him towed. And by the way, I don't have a problem telling the specifics of this one.
He was in a handicap spot.
No, by the way, way worse than that. Way worse than that, okay? And stay with me on this one. Sometimes your practical jokes are also life lessons,
Yes.
okay? So here we have this knucklehead who would come in wearing like a full-length like fur jacket. I mean, it was awesome, by the way. I actually love that part of him. I mean, pimping ain't easy, but it is fun for him.
It is, yeah.
And, he, for some reason, thought it was okay to take, and I don't know where he got it from, but it was a legit handicap thing that you hang off your rearview mirror. And he would use that to just park in handicap spots wherever he went. Now, I'm looking at that, and I'm like, I know I'm the old guy, walked uphill both ways in the snow, but I'm like, that's making us all look like morons. So I can't allow that to happen, but I'm not going to just go up to him and be like, hey, dude, stop, using the handicap sticker. So I just stole his vehicle. And I'll never forget, he was looking for it, and I don't know why he didn't come to me from the very beginning, but he didn't. Finally, he comes to me, he's like, hey, man, did you take my truck? Because he knows that I'm always doing stuff, and I'm like, no, not at all, nothing. And he's like, okay. By day 3, he comes, and this time he's like, hey, man, seriously, can I please have my truck back? I'm like, all right. No, we've had a lot of good ones.
He's had a good one. What about, okay, so just to intervene here real quick, everyone's a big fan of Mike Vrabel. We're all fans of Vrabes. Big fan. Halloween,
Yeah.
best costume.
Oh, man, I know what you're talking about, yeah. So we used to throw a big Halloween party at the any of you guys ever remember Outlaw Barbecue right next to the stadium? Any Outlaw Barbecue folks? You guys remember that? The hog wings, right? The good barbecue, Dale and his family. So we would always host our Halloween party there, and one of my most vivid memories was when Mike Vrabel walked in, and I shit you not, try to imagine this. He had shaved from like right here all the way down to his hands, okay, on both sides. And then he shaved around his neck and up his neckline and shaved a V in his chest. And then he shaved a perfect circle, another perfect circle, and then his belly button was the third one. And he walked in wearing a human cardigan that was unbelievable, because what you guys don't know and what you can't see from the television is that he is a human chinchilla. The guy has more body hair than any human I've ever seen. You could knit a blanket from here to the other side of the casino with just his sheddings. And when he walked in, and by the way, you know
So he's a sex symbol. That's what you're saying.
Oh, he's sexy.
Yeah.
You know what your skin looks like under 4 inches of hair? It's stark white. And his hair is jet black. And the contrast was absolutely unbelievable. So good.
I mean, I'm having a picture in my mind right now that maybe he needs to reenact that. I don't know. But for all the people saying that he's going to be the next sexiest coach alive, just imagine the male man bare-chested cardigan, and you might just love that. But so, Matt, your career and the amount of your career.
You're an idiot.
Hold on a second. Your career, now, like, he's a Purdue guy, and I'm going to just say something. I went to Purdue, but I was a transfer, okay? And there was a lot of stories about Matt Light and the things that he would do at Purdue. He would get away with a lot of things. He's like, if you remember Varsity Blues, where you had, what was his name? The receiver, he stole the cop car.
Tweeter.
Yeah, Tweeter.
He's driving the cop car. He's doing whatever he wants. That was kind of West Lafayette for Matt Light. And when I got there, he would come back because he is a few years older now. He's collecting Social Security maybe. And I would just look at him. He had the long hair. He was doing what was this? What was the commercial in the all white and you guys were dancing?
Sobe. Sobe Life Water.
Sobe.
Damn
Sobe.
you.
If we remember Sobe, that was mid 2000s.
Yeah.
So he's doing the commercials. He'd come back for spring ball, him and all his buddies, and I'd always be like, man, that guy looks like a fun time. But I was just a nobody. So they had these. Explain that photo. Can you explain that photo? Hold on, TJ, pull that photo up.
All right, listen. You
Now, can we make it to where everyone can see that? Can everyone see that photo?
Yeah, it's a good photo. You're missing my Speedo.
He's in a Speedo, and the rest of the offensive line, that's Turner. I think that's Mike. Is it Mike Turner? Or Matt Turner?
Rob Turner.
Rob Turner.
Gene Murchkowski.
Yep. Gene's the second guy.
Yep. Chuck Jacoby.
Chucky played for the Steelers.
Yep. Long time.
Yep.
And Brandon Gorin, who was here.
Yep. Brandon played Detroit Lions.
Brandon was here for about 5 seasons.
Oh, there it is. See?
There we go. Yeah, baby.
Now, that is an impressive photo, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sure when you agreed to come here, you had no idea that I would ask you to explain this photo.
Yeah. That's all natural, folks. There's no enhancements. That's
a Greenville, Ohio built man right there.
Thank you.
Explain the photo, and was this like a calendar shoot, or was this like an intimidation for playing Ohio State or Penn State? Was this an intimidation photo?
So you guys are all aware of a quarterback named Drew Brees, right? Okay, so Drew and I were teammates at Purdue, and during this era, we had kind of redefined the offense in the Big Ten because we had Drew Brees, and the kid was absolutely insane. And this was my senior year, and I told my fellow offensive lineman, I'm like, hey, look, now this is media day, right? Now let me paint a picture for media day. All right, media day happens right at the beginning of the season, right at the end of training camp, and it's a chance in college for you to go out and get your team picture, and then the media's all there, and you get all these other pictures, and they always want to talk to the skilled players. The offensive linemen, we don't care. We don't care about you offensive linemen. So we would stand there and literally do nothing. So the year before, I convinced them that, hey, we're all going to do a jumping picture, and it turned out really good and made the cover of USA Today.
Was that with like the heels up?
Well, we were in a stadium. We all jumped, and we landed horribly. If you would have seen the picture a nanosecond after they caught it, it was just absolute chaos. But I said, hey, we got to top that. We got to get on USA Today again. I said, I want you guys to wear these, and I put a Speedo in all 5 of our lockers for the starting offensive line. And I remember they looked at me, and they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you will. I said, just put your shoulder pads on, carry your helmet, wear your cleats with no socks, and put the Speedo on. Now, what I'm not telling you yet is that the largest Speedo that the Purdue swim team had was a size 36. And I got the 36. The rest of these guys were wearing 34s, and that's about 8 sizes too small for some of these fellas. And we went out and we took this picture, and I told the guy taking the picture, I said, hey, buddy, just remember this. When it comes to keeping your quarterback clean, a little protection goes a long way.
There you go. That's Matt Light. That's Matt Light for you. So
there's something else coming up.
what do we got? There he is.
What's up there now?
What's that?
No.
Oh, no, this is the commercial. Now, this is what as a young guy coming into Purdue, this was right after the Super Bowls, and Matt is like high on life, and these guys are getting all the endorsements, the life water. Play this commercial here.
And just so you know,
Whoa.
those are original moves. I had no coaching. Yep.
There it is. 0 calories.
Yeah. Now, okay, so little known fact, that was the first ever. That aired, the first time it aired was in the Super Bowl. That's the first ever 3D commercial in the history of the world. That was in 3D. I know that's a big deal.
Wow.
And I know you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that guy. But here's what I will tell you is a fact. It was Justin Tuck and Ray Lewis, and they needed a third guy, and it needed to be a white guy, and they were exhausting a lot of white guys until they got to me. So, that's how that one worked.
It worked out well. I think that's gone. They don't have those anymore, right?
Nah,
They probably exist.
I feel like
I
they're
don't
still out
know.
there.
They wouldn't. I don't think I've seen those. Anyway,
Are they done? Oh,
gone. That's gone.
All
yeah.
right. Well,
So earlier, before you got here, we were talking about Drake May and kind of this season and some similarities, honestly, in what we're witnessing to what has happened in the past. What do you see out of this team versus some of the teams that have played here in the past with Bill Belichick and Vrabel and yourself and Tom as a young guy? Drake May's 23 years old. What do you see out of him that gives you some excitement?
Well, I think there are definitely a number of similarities between the 0-1 team and this one, from the standpoint of, you get a second-year quarterback, rookie left tackle, and although this rookie left tackle is a lot more accomplished than I was at that age, and I think he's going to be a damn good player, hopefully for a long time here in New England, Mr. Will Campbell. But
Nasty.
you get a coach that
All right, hold
is
on.
relatively
we
new.
got some more teas coming in. Hold on.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think there's
How far away do you live from here?
I live less than 20 minutes.
Okay, I might sleep
I'm
over.
good. Mom, I need you to come pick me up.
Paige?
But you know what I love the most about this team, and again I would go back to the 0-1 era, but really a lot of my career. What I love about this team is that these guys, it matters to them how they perform.
Yeah.
And by the way, some people should be rolling their eyes going, yeah, no kidding, dude. But it's not that way in every locker room, I promise you. There's a lot of guys who just show up, they go out there, they make their money, and they go home. And then there are teams that establish the kind of culture where they truly respect one another, they like walking into the building, they want to do it better tomorrow than they did it today. And those are the kind of teams that should be where they are right now. And when you can do those kind of things, you're always going to have success one way or the other. And that's what I really love about this group. And I think it's amazing that Mike Vrabel and his staff have been able to do that in a matter of months. You know?
Yep.
So hats off to all those guys.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I said earlier that they've definitely done way more than I thought they were going to do. Yeah, I had them at 10. I was on Dudes on Dudes podcast. Have you ever?
Yeah.
Kind of gay.
Dudes.
Kinda gay.
You said less.
Dudes on Dudes.
Didn't you say like less
That's
than
like-
11 or something like that wins?
They said over 11 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, over. I said less than
Yeah.
11 wins, which I'm like, you think they're going to win more than 11 games after a four-win season? It was impossible. So I gave them like 9 or 10. So for them to have 17 wins right now, it just goes to show you that, number one, money can buy you some things, which They spent a lot of money in free agency.
About time Kraft figured that one out. Jiminy
Still at
Christmas.
$50 million in cap space.
Holy
right
smokes.
now.
And before anyone leaves, I'm taking donations in the back. Just kidding. Because Kraft was very, he would tell me I wasn't very good. Anyway, just kidding. But they were able to flip this whole thing with good coaching. You know, Vrabel comes in, he brings in his guys. They spend like almost north of $300 million in free agency, bring in guys that I thought was, you know, kind of questionable. Stephon Diggs was coming off an ACL. You know, he's an older guy. He's done great. He's been awesome.
Yeah,
he's been
no
a
doubt.
leader. He's got, you know, he's headbutting people before a game with no helmet on, which I really love as a receiver. Tom, you know, would do that to guys. He'd headbutt them, and you'd say, all right, chill out, Tom. I know you're excited. But the guys that they brought in they really feel like the foundation pieces. Maybe not for the next 5 years, but just to get these young guys. Will Campbell, we talked about. You just said Will Campbell. I love his demeanor. I love his mentality. I love how he, you know, goes about his business. But really, when I came in, there was this 10-year weird. They haven't won the Super Bowl. The last Super Bowl was 2004. You know, they had gotten to Super Bowl in 2007. I think we all know that season. That didn't happen. Then they kind of go through this transition, and you're just trying to keep the foundational pieces there. And Matt was definitely a foundational piece. He retired. His last game was the Indianapolis Super Bowl, correct?
Yeah, and what a great post-game party we had, baby.
We had, dude, this guy, I think he had his shirt off. He was running around with his arms flailing like, you know, like after prom night, and he was having a great time.
I did have a great time.
Because I think you kind of knew it was the last one, right?
I did, and listen, by the way, not for nothing, but we just got done playing in the Super Bowl. I know we didn't win. I know we gave the Giants another victory, and that's not, you know, what we were intending to have happen. But we did have a hell of a season, and I figured, why not celebrate? And by the way, they already paid a lot of money for an after party. They got Adam Levine and LMFAO. We owed it to the organization to drink heavily and not let those dollars go to waste.
And that we did. And when I think back, and now I look at what the team's at, people ask me all the time, you know, what was it like playing for the Patriots? What was it like playing for Bill Belichick? I assume that, and you probably felt this, you're not trying to create a new team that is a new feel every year. You're just trying to almost like start a new chapter of a book. Like, this is the foundation. We had the foundation pieces. Do you think that Vrabel brings the similarities of what kind of, not Bill, I'm not saying Bill at all, but just how Bill would say you got to start from zero and build it up. Do you think Vrabel has that same coaching mentality in that sense of things?
Yeah, I think you know, another way to look at it is, you know, you had to earn it, not every year, but every day, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that was the mentality. You know, Bill didn't give a damn what you did last year, but if you zoom in a little bit more, Bill didn't give a damn what you did last week. Bill didn't give a damn what you did yesterday. What he was focused on was how can we get better right now, and how can we make sure that, you know, we're going to put the best product possible out there. I think Vrabel's like that in a lot of ways. I think Vrabel, too, just to kind of give you an idea of what this guy was like, Mike Vrabel, after the hardest practice, whether it was like during two-a-days when we actually had two-a-days, when they actually hit people back in the day, or it was after like a really tough practice during the season, he would be the guy in the weight room on the treadmill running like 5 miles. I'm like, what a suck-up. What a loser. Right? It just pissed me off that he had that much energy. Again, I think it goes back to the body hair. I don't know. There's something weird about people with a lot of hair, but
Body hair energy.
Body hair energy, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know, again, it mattered to Mike Vrabel that he was going to be the best version of himself every single day. and he brings that to this team. That's the expectation. These guys are, that's what they have of themselves. That's the culture he's created. And, man, it's been so refreshing to see that.
Yes, 100%. So this is the time where we're going to ask you guys if you have any questions. We're going to have the mic out to you. We have somebody out here with a mic. Yep, right there. Thank you for multiple drinks, by the way. Yep, touchdown T. Okay, so any questions that you have for us, Matt, myself, anything you want. Yes, sir. Here, we got a mic coming for you. Well, a little tighter so I can hear you.
Is this okay?
Yep, that's perfect.
I would like to know one thing. You got a playbook.
Yep.
How the hell do you know all the plays?
Okay.
Bill,
It's a good question.
That's a great.
I want you to know 49 up and down because Brady would say on the sideline, you didn't do that play. You didn't do that play.
I played defense because the playbook was a lot smaller. I probably couldn't have learned the whole playbook. This guy had to understand the whole Tom Brady. He's had a few coordinators, so different playbooks, different styles, Josh McDaniels, the whole thing. Defense, so I would say this. A Bill Belichick defense was the hardest and most advanced. Don't show. You need Heimlich? You need
I
Heimlich?
about died.
Yeah. Yeah, he's dying.
I get emotional when he talks about this
I
kind
know.
of stuff.
The defense that Bill would run was really very advanced. There's some defenses, like the Giants, for example, they were built on 4 down, secondary, linebackers, 3 to 4 plays. That's it. Just rush the passer, pin your ears back, go. Bill was, you got to understand the situation, you got to understand the formations, you got to understand the spacing, you got to understand all the aspects of offense. And then that's how we would play defense. So for me, when I first got there, I was a defensive end that literally just pinned my ears back, high energy, like Energizer Bunny white guy, just go get the ball. Go get the ball. Go get the
Fumble guy.
That's it. This guy, Mark Wahlberg, he's in the locker room after a big game. He goes, hey, you know this guy? He's talking to his son. This is Ninkovich right here. This is Ninkovich. He gets all the fumbles. And I'm like, yep, I get all the fumbles. But Bill, when I first got here, I had no idea about the depth of offense and all these things that go into it. It was really hard for me, probably for the first 2 years, to understand the defense and get like the totality of Bill's philosophy and how he liked to play. But once you got it, it was so hard for other guys to learn and get it that I almost was that guy that's going to be on the left side and do all the different, signaling and understanding of the formations and the left outside linebacker, the left end, the buck, the money, all these different things. A guy that came in, I would see a guy come drafted in the second round, high draft pick. I'd be like, I'd see him for one day and watch him. I'd be like, he's not going to get it. I'm fine. That was it. And they were trying to replace me every year, but Jermaine Cunningham, no offense, he couldn't get the 2-3 switches and all. He couldn't get it. So defensively, it was difficult. I can't even imagine how hard it was offensively.
I mean, I think they were equally difficult. I mean, defense is more read and react. Offense is obviously more design, play, right? You follow the design and it should work out perfectly. Unfortunately, there's guys on the other side of the ball that get paid too, and they're there to disrupt that design. I would say for us, it was a combination. Look, I don't know that enough people have brought up the name Dante Scarnecchia, but this guy knows maybe better than a lot of people because as a defensive guy, you look at schemes and, his job is to study what these offensive linemen are doing and how they're doing it, the way they do it, understand how they're being coached, what their rules are and how he can exploit it. But when you go up against a coach like Dante Scarnecchia through a player like myself, there's so many layers of complexity. And so I would say that we were able to do what we did because we had, A, Bill Belichick, and he left no stone unturned. And then B, we had really good assistants. And then, yeah, we had players that fit that system really well. If you couldn't hang, from an X's and O's standpoint, it was real easy for them to move on, right? I mean, we had a lot of guys come through the organization. They were good players in other places, but they weren't good players for us.
Super athletic, Pro Bowlers. I mean, we had guys come in. I think of Ocho Cinco, Albert Hainsworth. They couldn't play it down. They couldn't play it all. I think they paid Ocho Cinco like $7 million for like 2 catches on a year. It was ridiculous because he couldn't get the offense. He couldn't freelance. He couldn't just run the in cut at 10 yards instead of 15. And everything had to be so precise that if you were not on it, you were not on the field. And I think about Bill, my first game, we were playing Jacksonville in 2009. It was like my real first playing time. And there's a play that comes in. I'm supposed to be at like the curl flat area, 12 by 2. It's like 12 to 15 yards outside the numbers by 2 yards. And I was right on that spot, and the ball kind of right over my head, and it was a completion. And I came off the field, and Bill's like, "You're you're right where you need to be. You just got to read the quarterback a little bit better." And he wasn't yelling. He was just instructing. And the more that I got his, I guess, confidence, and the more that he knew that I knew exactly what I needed to do, he never really yelled at me after my first year or two. After that, if I made a mistake, he would look at me and be like, "Hey, you got that?" "Yep, I made it. I got it." And he'd say, "All right, you got it." And that was it. And that was our discussion. "Hey, Rob, we're right here." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. My inside hand was a little off, and I got to press." He's like, "You got it." "Yep, I got it." That was it.
And you know what's really weird about that? Like, we'd be in meetings, and they'd be like, Coach would be like, "All right, Ninkovich, tell me, what is 4 minus 3? And he'd be like, "1, Coach." He'd be like, "Damn straight. All right, light. Einstein's theory of relativity." Now, it started out with it, and I'm like, oh, my God, Jesus. Like, it's amazing how Bill gave you guys a pass, and the rest of us.
He liked me, okay?
The rest of us got, I'm actually teasing a little, but not that much.
He didn't like offense that much.
He didn't like offense.
No, he didn't.
No, God forbid we make a mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you're in the right position, but you're so fat and unathletic.
Your head's down, hunting for Easter eggs.
You don't know the ball's pumped or stuffed, son. What's wrong with you? I'm like, gee, many Christmas.
So
Coach.
that answers kind of the in-depth question on that one. Do we have a next question? Anyone?
We have another question
Whoa,
over here.
where is that? You disappeared. Okay.
Hi. First of all, I want to just say that I agree with you with Bill Belichick. It's a travesty that he wasn't voted.
100%.
Secondly, I've been season ticket holder since '78.
Woo!
Showed up with paper bags on the head.
The year I was born. Yeah.
All right, now we know how old you are.
Thirdly, we love you both. You're wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And finally, do you think the Patriots are going to win in the Super Bowl?
Listen, I don't need to get abused and injured if I said the Patriots are not going to win a Super Bowl. They are going to win another Super Bowl, okay? There it is. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, though. It's not going to be close. Like, it's not going to be 10-7. They have to score north of 28. That's why I take them at 31. They got to score points. If they don't score points, we're in trouble.
Yeah, that's wow. I think they're going to win as well, and I think for me, I love the way this defense plays. I guess one thing right out the gate, I'd say it's amazing that Sam Darnold is in a Super Bowl. Period.
Because he was seeing ghosts.
End of story.
He
I
was
mean,
literally on NFL films against the Patriots saying, I'm seeing ghosts. And he's been with 5 other teams. But this is directed to Dan because sometimes you do this because of previous history. You automatically say this guy sucks. All right, play this video.
Never said that.
When he was with the Jets, he sucked. Yes. Whoa.
Seeing ghosts.
Seeing ghosts.
That's not good. And you heard what he said? They're going to keep bringing it. I would too. And they are.
Now, my only defense to that is anybody that's with the Jets organization probably is haunted for the rest of their life. So for him to overcome that, kudos to him. But he's definitely developed, and we're going to have to play really good defense against.
Yeah,
that
and
team.
he's played really well, for a number of seasons now, and it definitely impressive to watch him in an NFC Championship game. And look, here's the thing though. For me, I'm old school. I know that, but there is a stat that we lived by, and that is if you rush the ball 25 times or more, you're winning the game.
Yep.
And I love that statistic because it also speaks to the physicality of the game because, to win in a run game, you've got to be the more physical team. And as Bill used to always say, right, the physical side of the game happens on the offense and defensive line and special teams. Well, I love this special teams unit. It's not perfect, but they got a lot of guys that'll fly around and make plays. And they've made plays throughout this season. And I love this defensive line and this offensive line, even though there's been, some question marks throughout the season. Those guys, it matters to them the way they play. So they can establish, they're going to eat up time on the clock.
Yep.
They're going to open up the play action, and they're going to, hey, look, I don't know if there's anybody better all season than Drake May at 3rd and long converting.
Well, Cam Newton thinks that Drake May is just a game manager.
Rex Grossman.
And is like Rex Grossman.
Well, with the wealth of knowledge that guy possesses and his experience.
And a big red nose.
Amen to him.
What a clown. Anyway, do we have a next question?
Yes, right over here.
This is like, I feel like I'm in Disney. Of course it was a fumble.
Are we going all the way back? Oh,
Not according to the rules.
baby.
Technically, it was not a fumble.
You know what? I remember walking off the field going, woof, that's a bad way to end this one. And then immediately getting back in the huddle. Now, I'm not really a student of the game, just like hitting people in the mouth and not going to jail. That's kind of my claim to the sport of football. I will tell you this. There's something about the fact that in 2001, we had a lot of snow, and we went to a Super Bowl and we won it. And in 2025-26, we got a lot of snow. We're going to a Super Bowl, and it feels like the good old days.
Okay, this is, now that you're here, we were talking about the NFL potentially going with better weather sites for
Neutral sites.
Neutral sites for AFC, NFC games.
Boo.
Boo. Exactly. I said if you were a team in an outdoor environment and you put yourself in a position to host a home AFC, NFC, whatever, whoever has to play in it, that's football.
That's a fact. Yeah, I mean, look, you know what really drives me nuts? Look at the NIL money and the fact that in the biggest game of a college football player's life, they'll just say, nah, not for me. I want the money. I'm not going to risk getting hurt. And now, to even float around the idea that, we want to go to a neutral site so, nobody has cold fingers and it's an even playing field. You know what? Equal opportunity is only as good as the effort that you put into it. You want to equal what I have? Show up and earn it, son of a gun. And if you do that, hey, I'll come play in your stadium any day. And if you don't, come to New England when it's nice and cold and see what it's like to be a man.
Yeah. Or get a couple extra wins in the regular season and then they come to you.
That's right.
Right,
It's
right.
a simple thing.
All right, next question, please. Thank you. Are you the Jordan's furniture guy? Okay, just making sure, because I know if the Celtics and the Patriots win a Super Bowl, I don't have to pay anything for 2 years. Everything's free. Sorry, you don't have a ponytail though.
Too many T's for Rob.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've thought about the arm thing for a long time, and I think it's funny. You didn't hear anybody talk about arm length ever in the history of sports, right? Until real recently here. And I think there's a lot of things that you can look at, and there are measurables that matter, right? There are things like how a guy uses his lower body, how he bends, how flexible he is, how he engages and then keeps his feet moving. There's a lot of measurables like that actually make sense. Arm length, to me, is an anomaly because there's not a statistic that you can use to base that measurement off of, right? What I like about Will Campbell is that, from the time he was in high school, he's been a guy that people have touted. He's a guy that people recognize as a very talented kid. And then when he went to LSU, there was a lot of pressure on him to be a great player, and he rose to the occasion there. And then, of course, you get drafted, in the first round early on, and there's a lot of pressure for you to perform in a place like New England. And the fact that a guy like Mike Vrabel's in, and until he got injured this season, you saw the light bulb going off at different points and him understanding the game more and more. I got injured my rookie year. I missed a little bit of time. I know what it's like to have to rebound. He was off the field for quite a while. You're in the locker room thinking, I suck. All my teammates are working hard. They're out there doing things, and I'm on a sideline. And then he comes back, and it hasn't been perfect. And you know what? It wasn't perfect against a guy like Myles Garrett. But guess what? It's not supposed to be. Every moment that he's on the field is a teaching lesson, and he's taken every one of those lessons to heart. And you can see that in the way that he approaches the game. So, yeah, I think he's going to be a really good football player. I think he's going to be a great guy, and I hope that he stays here for his entire career.
And just to add to that a little bit, they had this whole an article, and this was years ago, about every single starter for Bill Belichick in the elephant outside linebacker position, where if I stand next to Willie McGinnis right now, I still look like I'm an electrician and he was a professional athlete, okay? No offense to an electrician. But they had this whole thing about arm length, and this was a long time ago. You can still look it up. Bill Belichick's starting defenders and arm length. If you look at the whole list, Willie's at the top, Chandler Jones, Vrabel, they're all at the top. I am dead last with 31-inch arms, right? And it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's your mentality. And as an offensive line, I would always put myself in the offensive lineman's mindset. All right, my set's this way. I'm going to flash my inside hand, my outside hand. Maybe I'm a double punch guy. Maybe I'm an underhook guy. I would break down every single lineman frame by frame in film. I would take their set. I would stop it on their first kick. I'd look at their second kick. I'd look at their hands. I'd look at their way that they would position their shoulders, the way that they would go about blocking you, and I would learn the exact way that guy sets. And I would do it over and over and over. And every single guy, I had a book. And I would write, Matt Light, inside hand punch guy, likes to flash his hands a little bit. Quick feet, likes to run with you. Big guy, some guys are bigger, right? They have big, long arms. they want to double punch you. They want to try and kill you. Oh, Sebastian Valma, I try to kill your face. And then bang, double swipe them. They're on their face. So I had all these different ways to go about attacking offensive linemen. Will Campbell, at this point right now, he needs to evaluate himself, say, okay, my set, this is where I'm at. I have great feet. I'm athletic. I can run with people, but maybe I think about the power too much. Maybe I try to leave my weight a little bit on my heels too much. And as a defender, I'm just looking for that one weakness, because that's the one thing people don't realize. I only need one play to have a good game. He needs 60 to 80 to have a great, clean game. I just need one sack. If I get 2, I'm great. If I get a TFL, if I get 2, I'm great. If he has 1 sack, 1 TFL, it's a bad game. So it's a little, I would say it's unfair. We're just looking to get 1 3rd and 10. He's just trying to keep them all clean, and that's the difference. I think Will Campbell's going to be perfect. I love his mentality. I think he's going to be here a long time.
He's also only played 16 games.
And on top of that, he had a senior year, a senior, Pro Bowl, like the whole pre-draft evaluations, the combine, the all the interviews, the draft, the rookie camp, the training camp. His year has not ended in a year and a half. So when this game's over, he better go on vacation because he's going to need it. Yeah.
All right, we have time for one more question.
Okay.
First of all, thank you for the show today. I have a question. As you all know,
So Gronk, and now Rob is one of my good friends. I love Rob to death. But the one part about Rob that we all need to realize, he put his full everything on the field. He's had all these injuries, arms, knee, back, head. So now that he's done, I'm happy that he's done. I don't want to see Gronk back in the Super Bowl. Suzanne Hurley, unfortunately, she passed away, and the reason that he wanted to retire a Patriot was because he promised that he would retire a Patriot for her, and that's what he did. So it's just another example of why Rob is such a unbelievably great person.
He is a beautiful man. I like to think of him as the golden retriever.
I thought I was a golden retriever.
No. Well, no, you're more of a German Shepherd.
Okay, I like that. There's
a little bit more intense. I mean,
how about a Malinois? Am I like a?
Well, you could be. You may be Malinois-esque. But Gronk,
I am shedding. I do have a hair. Dr. Robert Leonard hair.
Yeah, but Rob is good at licking the balls every now and then. Shitting on the rug.
Yeah.
That's why we love him. Man's best friend, and I'm glad that he was able to sign that contract. I don't think he's going to get a ring if they win this one, which I fully intend them to do. But it's great having him part of New England. For life, so to speak, and if you can't have a good time with Rob Gronkowski,
you can't have
you're
a
not
good
living.
time. Well, that's a wrap on the Dan and Ninko Show. Bally's, I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. We had a great time, and stay tuned. Dan, kick it off.
So check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, the whole 9 yards. See you guys next week.
See you next week. Go Pats.
Hey.